Welcome to India Design ID Google Hangouts, and today we're talking about color. It's color that gives design emotion, mood and feeling. Whether it's a piece of clothing or a piece of furniture, the first thing that will probably strike you about it is its color. It's the first thing that will probably attract you to the garment or to the object. And we have two real experts on color with us. Amit Singhal, who is with Asian Paints and is their president of sales, marketing and technology, and Pavitra Rajaram, who is one of India's leading interior experts and stylists and works with Asian Paints as an expert. Amit, can you tell us how color forecasting works? And Pavitra, maybe you can tell us how important it is to the industry that the Asian Paints have put together this strategy.
It's a very big process as we see it. It is also something which is in continuum. It's not something which kind of stops according to us. And given the fact that I think it is important to understand the Indian research, because today India being so diverse, and given the fact that there are so many colors in and around in various regions around us, we do a very intense process, about 8 months, 100 odd designers working with the sociologists, set designers, anthropologists, people who come in, anyone who kind of has a opinion on color kind of forms a part of the research. And that's why I think the research is so rich and so robust.
I think that's a very interesting point that you're making, Amit, because I think the key to this research and what makes it so exciting and so vital is that it is not a top-down or a bottom-up. The fact is that it's sensory, but it's also experiential, it's also intellectual. So it really is looking at how people feel, how we react, how we think, and then how we adapt and use trends. You know?
This year's color has a very sort of Indian feel because it's coral radiance, which is a mood
color
of orange.
Yeah.
It also works very internationally because there's a lot of talk of, is orange the new black? So is orange the new black?
100%. It's the new black, brown, blue, green.
But it's the color is what we feel, whether it's the black or whatever.
It's the color of the year.
We feel that it's very versatile. The way we have kind of put in, and we see it is very progressive, very dynamic in terms of it kind of oozes energy, it's rejuvenating, it's refreshing in the way it comes in. We also think there's a versatility around it, because whether it is in terms of looking at sophisticated decor, in terms of how you want to portray it, or you want to take a very youthful take in terms of how it kind of brings that energy in. Okay, so it kind of sits in very well, and I think it kind of goes in very well in terms of the overall way we feel it kind of influences the coming year.
I think it's tonally very interesting because India has always played with this particular brick, the terracotta brick, and we also have this fiery orange, the saffron. But this is a modern interpretation of the juxtaposition of these two ends. So it's less black, it's less inward. It's more reflective, it's a little bit fresher, it's more free, and yet it's controlled, it's restrained. It isn't the over-the-top exuberance of the saffron, but it has a quiet confidence. And I'm predicting that it's going to be a big color. And
so there were 4 big color stories that Asian Paints presented when they unfolded the colors of the year. And one of the stories you talked about was no pun intended. And at the Asian Paints Trend Forum, there's a lot of use of wit. So how does wit in design work, and do designers need to have a sense of humor?
Absolutely.
So I think today, the way world is going with so much of information load and stress around and so on and so forth, I think it's necessary that world needs a joke, definitely. And I think it's important that if we are able to put humor into the ordinary and make it sound like something which is really refreshing, I think it's just like a burst of energy which comes in. And I also see this emergence of a lot of younger people who are coming, who've got this disposable income, but it's not just about spending money, it's about a certain style and a taste,
expression.
Okay, and this generation talks about me, individuality coming in strongly, and a lot of them see this humor kind of resonating with them very, very strongly on design terms.
Also, I think, just one last point, Sujata, which is that we are a very word-driven culture. We love words, and words in design is a very interesting direction, because typography, graphic design, the interplay between word and visual, and I think this theme captures that in a really interesting way.
Correct.
So thank you very much. We shall remember to have a sense of humor while we pick our design, but we should also remember that yes, orange is the new black and it is Coral Radiance for this year, 2015. Please remember to follow us for lots of design-centric updates on Instagram and Twitter at India Design ID.